Hi, it's Lynette with Elevate Your Health Vibe. Today I'm going to talk about why you would want to do a quantum healing hypnosis session with me. So I do quantum healing hypnosis technique, which is a Dolores Cannon technique, which needs to be done in person. I also trained with Laura Whitworth, who does a little bit different technique, but similar end result. And we can do those online. So with Laura's technique, I can do sessions online as well. The quantum healing hypnosis is really great for anyone that really just, if you're just curious about if you have past lives, that's a great way to tap into those past lives to see, because when we have the past lives that come through, they usually are relevant to what's happening in our lives today. Our subconscious shows us the past lives that are most relevant to things that are happening in our life today to help us kind of understand or see things that we're going through today in a different light. We also, during a quantum healing hypnosis session, we are able to access the subconscious, which is the parts of ourselves that we are not typically able to access when we are in our waking state. Because we are in a theta state, which is the state that's right before you fall asleep. So we go into that theta state twice a day, right before we fall asleep and right as we're waking up, we're in that theta state. And so once we're in that theta state in the hypnosis, then we're able to access information that we would not otherwise have access to. So when I'm talking to your subconscious during the session, and typically, most people are very aware of everything that's happening in the session. So I tell their conscious mind, I just tell them to have their conscious mind watch it like it's a movie, to kind of just step to the side and let the information come through. So when we're talking to the subconscious, we can have the subconscious do a body scan and scan for anything that's wrong with the body, that's out of balance. So for instance, some people have had like gallbladder issues, or I've had people with eye issues that we're able to address during the session. And also scanning for any discarnate souls, which are souls that have kind of stayed in that spirit realm instead of crossing over, and they actually can attach to us. And most of the clients that I work with have like 5 or 6 attachments. And so we're able to talk to those attachments and get them to move on and go to the light like they should have done when they died, but instead they ended up not going to the light for whatever reason, because they were attached to this reality. And so we get them to move on. And most of those attachments are just that, they're discarnate souls. That doesn't mean that there aren't other things. Like I just had a client that had a succubus, which is a type of a demon that was attached to her, and we were able to remove that. So it's all just pretty par for the course, getting rid of those attachments. And what that does is it allows us to be freer and allows us to not be susceptible to their energies, because sometimes if a discarnate soul were to die, let's say, and they were an alcoholic or a drug addict or anything like that, and they attach to us, then those energies that they carry with them don't necessarily go away, and they can actually make us have those responses too. So they can drive us to drink or to drugs or to suicide or self-harm, all of those things. Some of them can get very nasty and actually have the desire to like kill the person that they're attached to, and I've actually seen that happen. So not that they were successful, but I've seen that they've had that intention. So those are some of the things that we will do during a past life regression that's beyond just the past lives, right? Past lives are fun and all, but getting to talk to your subconscious and ask your subconscious questions like, is it in my best interest to move? Is it in my best interest to quit my job? What is my purpose here in this life? Should I leave my husband? Although your subconscious will never tell you what to do, it can give you insights into directions that we should go. And a lot of times too, you'll have either a guide come through. We can ask your guides to come through. We can ask for any of the ascended masters to come through if you have any that you're particularly connected to. Like if you have a special connection with Mary Magdalene or any of them, Jesus, Isis, we can ask them to come through and deliver you a message. We can actually talk to loved ones that have crossed over as well. So if you have like a husband or a child or a grandparent or anything like that, a parent that has crossed over, we can ask them to come through and deliver a message to you. So yeah, so that's the different things that we can do during a past life regression that's beyond just viewing the past lives. It's very, very, very helpful. And for people that have had any type of trauma, so let's say you've had like some molestation or anything like that that's happened in this lifetime, a lot of times that will actually prevent you from going into a past life because you have work to do in this lifetime still. And so we'll need to get that resolved in our session. And usually we can do that by going back in time through our session. Stepping back in time in this lifetime and actually going through and actually you can talk to the people that did whatever it is that they did, and you can do forgiveness work during the session. You can ask them, why they did that. You can even connect with people's higher selves that are still alive, so that's also possible as well. Also, for anyone that's got grief from recently losing a loved one, that's also something that we can address while we're in the session as well, because a lot of times if you have recently lost a loved one and you're in that state of grief, you also will likely not be able to go into a past life because of that. And so dealing with that grief in the session is something that we would do. And it's not even something that is your choice. It's not even my choice. It's something that your subconscious is in control of and is kind of directing how the session will go. So we're able to deal with the grief. And so there's a lot of different reasons why you would want to do a past life regression beyond just wanting to see a past life. Although seeing past lives is pretty cool too. So, all right. So that is all I have for today. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, and hope you book a session with me. And let's dig in. All right. Have a good day.